Welcome to our rainy weekend in Atlantic City. We were determined to make the most of it, from hitting the slots to exploring everything the city has to offer. Let's get into it. After a long drive through 3 states, the glowing lights of Atlantic City finally appeared on the horizon, and as we got closer, the excitement started to build. We settled into our room at Bally's. Not fancy by any means, but it had everything we needed, and honestly, when the city itself is your living room, the room barely matters. Our first stop was Johnny Rockets, right outside the hotel, a late night bite to cap off the drive. Then we found ourselves at the Carousel Bar, winding down with a drink and taking in the atmosphere of a city that never quite turns off. We woke up the next morning to more rain, no surprise there. So we did what any reasonable people would do, we hit the boardwalk anyway. We spotted a Bass Pro Shops on the way in and the night before. We decided to check it out. It turned out to be worth a stop in its own right, and in the Only in America moment, they were giving out free hot dogs for Memorial Day. We were not going to say no to that. Some of the places I had seen and remembered from years ago were gone, closed up, or moved on. That's Atlantic City though. It's always shifting. We made our way to the Beer Garden, a German restaurant and bar tucked along the boardwalk. The perfect place to hunker down out of the cold and rain. We ordered the Spatenlager and the Hofbrau Original, both arriving in massive 1-liter glasses. Then came the Bavarian pretzel and sausage platter, and those little cups of strong German mustard they give you with everything. Underrated. Genuinely underrated. After absolutely stuffing ourselves, we walked on the boardwalk a little longer, ducking in and out of casinos, winning, losing again, then winning. Classic Atlantic City. The next morning, we went out for some saltwater taffy, because you have to grab saltwater taffy at the beach. That's just the rules. Another gray, gloomy morning, another chance to make something of it. We started the day off at Gordon Ramsay Pub inside Caesars. Breakfast with a view, steak and eggs, the kind of meal that sets the tone for the whole day. We spent a bit of time eating and drinking at the Wild West Casino before making our way back to Bally's. We decided to check out the rooftop pool. Cold, overcast, seagulls overhead, somehow still a good time. We took a walk down the boardwalk during a break in the rain, taking in whatever the weather would allow. walked through the Ocean Casino, which was genuinely impressive. One of the nicest places we've seen on the Strip. Then, we made our way back to the Sugar Factory. We started with one of their signature goblet cocktails, smoking, oversized, loaded with sweet treats, and quite a spectacle. Followed up by the cheesesteak egg rolls with hot honey ketchup, a burger, onion rings, French onion soup, and a club sandwich. Everything landed, no complaints. We walked off all the food we just ate, taking in all the music memorabilia, and walking down to the casino floor. The walk back to our hotel was something else. Cool and a little eerie. Neon hotel signs cutting through the fog, the rain having turned everything soft and cinematic. We ended our stay the same way we started it, back at the Carousel Bar. We checked out the next morning and started our rainy journey home. Atlantic City will be back. If you haven't seen our last video from the Cayman Islands, check that out now, and stay tuned. There's more videos coming soon. Thanks for watching.